Hello everyone, welcome to my live stream. Hopefully the clicking from my mouse isn't too loud because I've got my camera over on my side so that you can hear me. But that is also my mouse side, so that's the closest thing to the microphone. I don't have a headset, so I can't do my sound that way. Today I'm going to work on a brand new illustration. I decided that I have a few weeks, well, like 2 weeks left exactly, to make a piece that matches this year's theme for the Western Idaho Fair. And the theme is the sun, the moon, and the steers. It's always a kind of silly theme. So instead of stars, it's steers as in cows. I looked up what a steer was so I could be sure it's a castrated bull. So I did some sketches and got some brainstorming done, and I have pretty much what I want to do worked out. I just have to do it. I'm going to make it digital. I'm actually making it really big because since it's digital, it's a lot easier to do a big piece, because even if it's like I zoom in so close anyway, it doesn't really matter how big the final piece is. I'm always zooming in to do really fine details, so may as well make it bigger because then it makes a better impression. That's just how it is in the art world. When it comes to physical art, the bigger it is, the better it looks to people. So I'm going to make this even bigger than what my February Griffin, which is also going into the fair, was. Let me see. First thing I need to do is make sure view, show, guides. There we go. So this is going to be a really symmetrical piece. I really like symmetry, so yeah, I've got it divided both left and right and up and down so that I can make sure that it's all nice and centered. What you see here is my reference image for the steer. I'm pretty sure this is actually a cow, like a female cow, which is called a cow. But I've looked at pictures, excuse me, pictures of male cows too, and it's close enough to, I just have to not draw these udders right here, because all I really want is an outline. So I'm just using this for reference for a general outline so that it's a recognizable cow. Something else I'm going to do, I'm not going to use this exactly. When I was looking at these cows, if this is one of them, and I think it is a Watusi cow, there are some of them that grow their horns like in circles like this. Maybe if I choose this arrow, it'll be better. Grow up in a circle instead of out like how this one is just kind of growing out. I wanted some impressive looking horns so that they would really stand out, but then when I started by searching cows with cool horns or something like that, just so I could find, of course the first thing I thought of was a Texas Longhorn because I'm from Texas. But when I saw these ones that had their horns almost growing in a perfect circle like this, it seemed great, because what I plan on doing is including the Taurus astrological symbol in the middle of the piece, because I needed something to fill in. There was just this blank spot, and I needed something there that wasn't going to be obtrusive, but also would make it so it's not just like boring blank space. So with the Taurus symbols going here in the middle, it seems like really good to also have the cow have the round horns like how the Taurus symbol is. The Taurus symbol, if I'm remembering it correctly, it's just like a circle with like a half moon shape on the top for the horns. I'll look that up to be sure once I actually get to that point. But I've got this cow. That's not the first thing I'm going to work on though. First thing I'm going to do, turn all these reference images, this whole folder, turn all the reference images off. I need to make the circles. I'm going to have two intersecting circles, and I need to make those first. So I'm just going to name this circle. That's going to contain all the rest of this illustration. And I'm just going to hold down shift, and that'll make sure my circle is a perfect circle, not an oval. And then, great thing about Photoshop is you can have it, so see how it's just like snapping? So it's just automatically centering it for me. So I don't have to worry about that. I don't know. This might be going down a little too far. So I might not make this a perfect circle after all. But to start with, I will, let me make sure I'm on black. And let me look at what I want these to be kind of thicker lines here for this border area. Oh, it's not showing me the size of my brush. Oh, I think I need to restart my computer, but I'm not going to do that now when I'm streaming. So I guess I'll just, no, that's not thick enough. I don't know why it does that. It's like eventually it stops loading whatever. Oh look, there's showing it. Maybe it's just because it's so big. Yay, I don't need to restart my computer. I'm so happy. Oh good. Oh good, it's not doing that thing. It does sometimes do that, and I don't understand why it does that, but it's not actually doing it now. It's just such a huge piece. I think that would be good. Maybe a little. No, that's good. What I'm doing is getting the brush size in there so that I can choose to stroke this path and I don't have to use the brush. But I want to make sure the spacing. See these little bumps here? I hate this. These little bumps. So, see, I have to always, I don't know why these default brushes, I don't know why you would want that. Why you would want those bumps to show up. But all these default sizes, so as soon as you click one of these squares to get a size, rather than using the slide bar, see look, I'll just show you. See, it put the spacing back at 25%. No, I want the spacing down as far as possible so it's a nice solid line. I'll have to put it back where I wanted it. Where did I want it? I think I had it at 100. Yeah, I had it at 100. So now that that is set, I can, let's see, it won't work on here. I need to go with this one, right click, and we'll stroke. Oh, blast it. It's this one anyway. Sometimes if you do stroke, oh, I know, it's the pen tool. You use the pen tool. You have to set up your brush because it pulls from whatever your brush settings are. But I guess with just the outline tool, you just put this stuff in. So I'm going to stroke it at 100 and we'll do it in center. So what this means is outside would mean the stroke goes on the outside of this dotted line. Inside it would go on the inside of this dotted line. Center means it's even on the dotted line. So blending, don't need any of that. Okay, go. What? Where's my circle? Oh, there it's. I really need to upgrade my computer. It's not doing so great. But it's expensive, so I can't just go upgrade it. Now, I wanted to do a sort of, it's not going to work like this. I'm going to do this. Okay, I think I'm going to have to use the pen tool, so we'll just deselect. And where's my pen tool? This one. Pen tool. I basically want it to start down here. Here, and here, and finish it. Switch to the convert point tool. That's how you make it a nice curving thing. You've got to be careful because wherever you have a point, it can end up not being round enough. In fact, I'm going to have to move this, so I'm going to just press down, Control, View, not show. But I need it because I need to make sure it's centered. Okay, just want it to grab this. Control, grab this. There we go. I want this to come down here. I'm going to put stars up along here. These sides, it's not too bad if it's. Oh, there we go. And this one, let's switch this one some more. I'm just gonna have to eyeball this. Try to make it pretty even. Here you can see it's not really round right here. And the same thing on this side. So you still gotta mess with this. I think these need to come inwards. So they could be around. Maybe they'll go down too. In and down. Same thing. So you can tell the difference because when I try to click this without holding down Control, it turns into that little like V. When you hold down Control, that's how you know you're going to actually move this point around. You want to move the point. Let's see, that's it. 501 tick. 3,503 ticks. How about this one? Yeah, that's pretty good. 3,503 ticks. Yep, that's pretty much even. Okay, click this line so I can make this rounder. Let's make it nice and round. Ah, no, I hate it when I do that. I've self-taught myself this tool, so I don't understand everything about it. And sometimes do stuff, and I'm like, why did it do that? I don't understand why it did that. I know enough to get what I need done with it. So this one is really wonky. Let's smooth this out. Smooth it out nice and smooth. There's probably some easier way to do this, but I'm just doing what I know. It's actually faster to do what I know than to try to learn a new way. Because the time it will, even if the new way would be faster technically, I don't have time to learn a new way right now. So this is actually the fastest way because I actually know what I'm doing. I'm just going to use this. I'm going to use this as my guideline for these because I just feel like it's not looking how I want. Get down even. Now this definitely isn't what I wanted to look like. Let's fix this. And let's fix this one. Okay, this one. What I want is, yes, to come out like that. Let's do this one too. eventually I'll be using the my stylus. But for now, I'm just using the mouse to get this stuff done. So I'm going to pull this down even further now. Well, maybe I don't, because this isn't like a main feature. In fact, this side actually looks pretty good. I think maybe I just need to work on this side some more to get it similar. Oh, and the other thing is, eventually there's going to be this overlap. So I should probably make these come out more. Ah, no, don't do that. Now, smooth this point. Maybe I'll just put this point right here. And that's where it's going to be. This might be what I want. And you. Over here. I think I'm going to need to do this on a separate layer. But for now, this is good. This is good. Now let's see what this is like. No, even, I think this one's a little higher. Ooh, that looks good. That looks good. Well, it's going to be. And that's probably better. Ah, no. Just gotta click the line and not the square. Let's see. Not the same. Yeah, it is. Now. Last. There we go. Relative to one another. That one goes more straight out. Maybe I should do the same. No! Do the same with this one. Yeah, that's pretty close. It doesn't have to be exact. I want it to be symmetrical, but it doesn't have to be like someone will measure it with a protractor or something and make sure it's absolutely. And I just want in general it to look pretty symmetrical. So now I'm going to make another layer because I want to be able to erase the lines here, so it's because I haven't made this perfectly aligned to this bottom circle. I'm going to do stroke path, and see this is where I was messing with the brush earlier, because it takes it from the brush. You can take it from other things too, but I just use brush. And so click OK. There we go. And now we can just delete this path. Yeah, that looks good. So, let's see. Basically need to erase everything. Excuse my stylus there. Let me just turn that off. Everything below this line. Now, why do you do that? Why do you do that? No. Oh, it's because it's snapping to the dang line. That's why. Sometimes snapping is not helpful. No, let's make this smaller. Maybe not that small. Stop snapping. Stop that. Okay, I'll turn the lines off. Show guides. No. At least I can see now. because it kept snapping. I can see where I need to erase, even without the guides. Sounds like my laundry's about to be done. I think I forgot to turn off the music that it does to tell me that it's done, so if you hear some jingle, it's the washer or dryer. Now, I think I can combine these, so I use Control E. Now they're both on the same layer. I want to look at my sketchbook real quick. I want to make sure there's not any other major part of this outline that I need to create. Yep, that's pretty much it. But I didn't want the middle part to be so huge, so let's show the guides again. I'm just going to transform it and squish it up. So it's not going to be a perfect circle, but that's okay. That's not the point. See, what I'm going to do is copy this upside down to this side. And if I do that, then this line will be all the way up here too, and it'll be just this huge, like, almond shape, or whatever you'd call it, and I didn't want it to be that big. Just gonna squish it up. Yeah, maybe like that. And let's replicate this and transform it. And hold down Shift so it will be perfect. Wow, that looks pretty cool too. That's not what I'm going to do with it though. That's neat how it made that thing on the side. Nope, it's time to hold down Shift again so it doesn't move side to side. And drag it to about the same height. Just looking at it now. Oh, maybe this is still too big of a space. And now the way I squished it, there's a lot more space here and here. So now I think I might have to go all the way back to working on this if I can. Yeah, I do. I answered a question in my head that I didn't say out loud for you guys. I was saying I do because I do have enough history left. Maybe I did say that. I don't know. Now that I'm saying that out loud again. Yeah, this isn't what I had in mind. This isn't what I visualized. Maybe I shouldn't squish it up. Maybe I should do something else. The only problem is I needed to choose a common size for prints so that I wouldn't have to get a custom frame job, because there's definitely not enough time to get a custom frame. I needed to get a common size so I could just walk into the store and buy a frame. So that's why I'm working in this format. But the circles are not working out the way I thought, and I don't want to have a huge amount of white space on the side. That won't look good. Of course, if I get a mat, it will cover it up a little bit too. Maybe I should just shrink the circle a little bit. Okay, I'm going to completely undo this. Let's just get rid of this path. Blast it. What? How do I delete this path? I want to delete the path. There we go. Delete path. Okay, now I'm just gonna... Oh, you know what I should do? I thought of this last night, because I've been like non-stop thinking about this piece. Maybe I should give myself, I don't know, an inch. Well, that'll make it small enough. It'll also be extra space, because whenever you have a mat, it always covers up a little bit of the edge. So I probably need to make it a little smaller than the full size anyway. And that will help with the circle being too big. Alright, select tool. See what it looks like with an inch of space on each side. And then we'll transform. This is great too, because not only does this help me measure how much space I'm leaving, it also helps me exactly shrink this down to fit that space. Enter on there, double click or enter, does the same thing. And let's move it down. It's going to end up with such a big overlap. This one's going to be huge, and this one's going to be huge. It's like I need a 16 by 9 format. The print shop I was looking at, I don't know if they do that. If they print in that size. So I need a print shop to do this. I don't want to print this at home, because for one, it's so big, I'll have to buy the paper. And that's like, you know, you can't just buy one sheet of paper. You have to buy a whole thing of paper, so it's not cheap. And then my printer isn't all that reliable, even though it has excellent quality ink. So if I print something this big and then have to print it again, I'm probably going to have to buy like replacement $20, $25 cartridges. I don't want to spend that much money, so I want to just get a print shop to do it. It's way cheaper. Let me go to their, I still have their page up. They have, let's see, they had a pricing. It's so much work to make sure you're doing this. Okay, let's see. 16 by 20. I don't know what. Let me see what a 16 by 9 aspect ratio print sizes. Let's see. Doesn't have to be 16 by 9, yeah, but what is another size? What's another 16 by 9 print size? So you can just double it and do 16 times 2, 32, 9, 18, 32 by 18. Wow, that is big. 32 by 18. This is already 18 long. That's too big. That's too big. What the heck would be in the middle? I need just a site that has a list of... Oh, okay, I can't take it. I drank too much tea. I gotta take a potty break. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Oh, just couldn't take it. Couldn't take it anymore. It's one annoying thing about staying hydrated. You gotta use the restroom all the time. Okay. Photo printing guide, aspect ratios, and print sizes. This could be helpful. If it'll load. Oh, how are you on? Goodness. Okay, tell me about your landscape prints. I just need a list. Okay. Ah, that wasn't helpful at all, dang it. They're like, we can cut it to any size. No. Aspect ratio. Maybe there's a chart. Ooh, this looks promising. These are aspect ratios for screens. I need it for print sizes. Print sizes 16 by 9. 16 by 9. Print size is what? I need just a list. List of common. Dang, that one, I thought that one might be it, but it wasn't. Maybe I'll just go search. List of 16:9. I call it 16 by 9, that's how I say it, but I know that's not correct. It's not 16 by 9, it's 16:9. Oh, this person on Reddit is asking my exact. Dang it, the first response is, just cut a map to size. I'm like, no, that's exactly what I don't want to do. It needs to be ready. No! Dang it, none of these. Oh wait, you know what? I need to have it. Sorry, there's not much actual work going on my screen. This is just part of the process. Making stuff like this. It doesn't actually look like they have. Oh, it does say other sizes available. 16 by 9 inches. Right now I'm doing 12 by 18, so that's like a lot smaller. So I'd like to do something bigger. Maybe there's just an aspect ratio calculator. I feel like I actually have had something like that. Let me see. Aspect ratio calculator. Oops, I typed ration instead of ratio. Interesting. Oh, yeah, I did used to have this. I used to use it for my blog so that I could get the pictures. I didn't like the automatic sizes that Blogger made them, but then I just gave up because it was too much extra work. So let's see. This is for pixels, but maybe I can just put in what inch sizes would be. So if the width is 9 and the height is 16, if I were to make the, let's see, what can I make the maximum? And right now my maximum length is 18, so let's just say I make it 18. It would be 10. It would be a 10 by 18. I don't know if that's a size that... I was just gonna go to Michael's. Let's look at Michael's frames. I don't know if I can search 16:9 and find a frame by searching that. I'll try. No results. Dang it. Maybe if I search 16x9. No, I don't want 12 by 9. Jeez. Dang. I wish I had a column in this spreadsheet they've got for their print sizes that says what the aspect ratio is. 18 by 24. No. It's gotta be a huge difference. 24 by 36. That is massive. No, 20 by 36. Doesn't look like they... What am I gonna do with this circle? We'll just search Amazon. Maybe Amazon has a 16:9 frame. Projector screen. No, I want just like an art frame. I don't want screens. Digital picture frame. No, just regular frames. Kitchen. Okay, what do you know? I do have the frame. It's a lot more expensive than it was going to be to buy the more common size. And it looks like the only one, too. Wow, it is really expensive. But this picture looks so much better if it was in this size. Grr. Wow, they've got some really long frames. They've got 9 by 36 inches. Well, let's see, what was the 10-inch one? Did a 10-inch width. It was 18. Should I just try to make the art a different size or to go with my... That's actually a little cheaper. 10 by 18. 10 by 18. Just search that 10 nearby. See if there's any other frames in this size. This one's a little bit cheaper. Oh, there's actually a lot more at this size available, 10 by 18. The 16 by 9 though was just one option on Amazon, but there's 10 by 20. 10 by 20. Okay, I'm going to do something really quick. I'm going to have to duplicate this circle and move it. I'm just going to see, change the canvas size, so change the canvas size to 10 inches. Yep, go ahead and cut it down. We do that and we move these in with a 1 inch border. And then, I guess I should have copied this circle. Delete that and control, transfer, transform, that's too much. Now the circles won't even touch. Grr, what am I supposed to do? What is another resolution? That's in between. In between. I need in between 16:9 and what was I doing? 4, 3. God, this is so hard. This is so hard to make it what I want it to be. Mm. 16:9. Look up some other aspect ratios. I need it to be a little shorter than this now. This is too long. 16:9 is too long. Or the equivalent, 10:18. Here's this European theatrical showings. These are all video. I need it for photography or art, but it's usually talked about in photography websites. Because art, they often just crop it. But I'm doing a thing where you can't really crop this, because it's going to be outlined, and so if you crop it, it will like chop that off, and that's not what you want. What should I do? Yeah, there's not really any other common size that's in between. What should I do? I guess I could just try to fill it in so that it's not white space, and then maybe it won't be as noticeable if there's extra white space. Say there's more white space here than up here, or something like that. So let's remove all this history. Oh, don't let me until I finish that. So I'm just gonna have to, okay, start by making this just 1/2 inch, and this one just 1/2 inch, and then move these. Shoot. And move you up. Now we're getting there. Actually, I think it's probably a good idea to do this first, So then I can make that arch that I want to have happening here. Just make it end right where these points meet. But this is still wider than what I wanted. I want this to be smaller. And I still want to leave this space here, so I think what I need to do is bring these in by ½ inch each. Hopefully that's not too much. Just gotta experiment with it. Transform this so that it lines up. Transform this side so it lines up. Oh yeah, ½ inch was probably too much, because this is what I want right here. Maybe a little smaller, but it's gonna get smaller when I do that other side. So gotta undo this. Undo that and undo that. We're just gonna bring it in ½ inch or so. It doesn't have to be exactly perfect. Let's see, do this one. There. ½ inch, and now transform it. A lot of stuff is happening on this screen for you. Figuring stuff out just takes a while, but I have found over the many years I've been creating art that it's really important to get that stuff right from the beginning, because if you try to work around it later, you're going to give yourself a total headache, and it's just going to be awful. So it's worth it to get it right from the beginning. So all I need here is this spot right here, and a spot right here, and a spot right here. And we'll go convert point. This makes it easier too, because all I need to do is mess around with these. I don't have to have that 4th point at the bottom. And that might be a good thing, actually. Let's snap to guide. Oh, that's pretty good. And you should, pretty straight on. You as well. It's okay. Pretty close. I think it should come. Well, maybe it's not this that needs changing. I've already done it though. No, that's 2. Nope. Nope. Let's just put this back where it was. And what about you? Let's move these. Ah, that's what I wanted. Move these up. I love the snapping thing. Yeah, sometimes it's annoying, but it's so helpful most of the time, actually. Snapping these lines. Okay, now let's try on this separate layer. Stroking the path. Go. And deleting the path. That's not what I want. It's not quite what I want. I want this to come down further. No, do not do that. Move this down. Ooh. Yeah, that's better. That's much better. I think I gotta move this one up a little bit. Okay, let's try stroking this. Go. Oops, delete path. I try to do control deselect. Not gonna work. Ah, stressed out monk. Hello. Welcome. Thank you for joining me. I've been working by myself this whole time. Oh no, I'm a fool. I put this on the wrong layer. Let me do this again on this layer so I can copy it. Stroke path, go. There, now I can copy it and transform it. And put it downstairs. I need to put some of my art supplies away. I can't move my mouse. Monk, how are you doing today? Saw you were streaming like all weekend. Did you make tons of cool art? I think that's about right. Maybe it needs to. Why doesn't this look the same as upstairs? Ah, that's why. Needs to go further down. Maybe. Oh, I'll turn these off. Oops. This one. Aha. Let's see. Yeah, that looks like the same. There, now let's turn off these. Turn off the guides. I guess that's not bad with a little more border over here. A little more empty space on the sides. Because this is what I was going for. This amount of space in the middle. I kind of want to move these though. This one too. It's a little more even. What's that? Yeah. Okay, good. Yay. Now do I feel good enough about this to merge it all? Should I merge this? I think what I want to do before I merge it, these areas where all the lines are intersecting are getting really heavy, and they're drawing the eye to these points, and this isn't what I'm trying to do with this. So I'm gonna go hand taper. Oh, you're at work again, Monk. That's okay. Yeah, I said hi. Hopefully you hear it this time. Hi. Thanks for coming. Let me see. Okay, I need to cut the outside. So, bring my screen towards me. Tablet screen. So I can just gonna chip away like this. Oh, I should turn on my laziness in me. It's been so long since I've done digital art, I forgot that that's a thing. A very helpful thing. Hi. Hi. Okay, I'll just deal with that later. Oops. Ah. Okay, good. Now, let me do this. strokes, much more smooth. And this one, do the same thing. What's the spot? Oops, I'm in the wrong layer. It's not working. Ah. I think I erased too much. Well, I probably did. Yep, I did too many erasers. Oh well. Go to the pencil. Not pencil. Go to the paintbrush. Blast it. No. Okay, I need to work on one of these at a time. Turn that one off. Ooh, I gotta get that off layer. This is the wrong layer. I'm good, Monk. Hope you're doing good too. I'm glad you're excited to watch me do digital. This is just the very beginning, so it hasn't been very interesting yet. I'm getting this border made first. I'm going for sort of Art Nouveau style for this piece, so the borders and stuff are important. And getting that done first so that it guides the rest of my drawing, so everything fits within the border nicely. I hardly made a dent. Okay, maybe I have to do this with these other layers on so we can see what kind of progress I'm making. People underestimate it. They think it's easy, but it's not in regards to making really high quality pieces. You're right. I always have this feeling that people think because certain things are made with a computer, it's easier than if the same thing was made with traditional media. But if it's a high quality piece of work, it's not going to be easier. It's going to be just as hard. And that goes for anything that might be made digitally, at least in the arts, like with techno music versus traditional instruments. If you're really good at it and making truly, like, making musical art with digital instruments, it's still going to be just as much work. Oh, you're having a case of the Mondays? Well, don't worry, Monday is already almost half over. Although, if I remember correctly, you're an hour ahead of me, so it's not as late for you. Maybe I've got that backwards. Anyway, don't worry, Monday's almost over. It'll be over before you know it. No more Monday. I've been excited for Monday personally. It's because redoing all my artistic goals, like just getting focused. I don't know why I didn't realize that I was putting off the stuff I really wanted to do. Oops, I'm gonna change layers. What I really want to do is more illustrations, like what I finished very recently, that Griffin piece. Dang it. But I kept working on smaller stuff that maybe would sell faster or would interest people, get them to commission me or something. But I don't think that attracts the kind of people that will support me throughout my entire career anyway. Making art that sells fast, I need to attract the kind of people who will stick with me for the long haul. In order to do that, I need to make the kind of art that I want to make for the long haul. So I've just been really excited to get to work today. Like over the weekend, I couldn't focus on the weekend stuff I'm supposed to be doing, like getting yard work done and whatever. Stuff like that is relegated to the weekend. Just so excited to start building up my portfolio. Ooh, you're sending me a recent piece you consider an illustration? Let me see it. I'm ready. I'm ready to see your illustration. I'm going to make this nice and smooth right here. Let me see if that's even making a difference. Ooh, it is. Yay, I'm so glad. It's not nearly as... I'm like touching the screen with my finger as if you guys can see my finger. Yeah, it's not as dark right here. Oh, my other batch of laundry is done. Well, laundry, you're just gonna have to wait. I'm washing my bedclothes today. It's just so smoky and everything from all the wildfires. It's wildfire season here. So, it's like everything is giving me allergies. So today I decided I should wash all my bedclothes and get the dust out of them. And then of course there's like all the cat dander and dog dander and stuff too. Like, I'm not just changing the sheets, I'm like washing my blankets, everything. Wish this was a little smoother. Maybe it's because I'm not. You gotta get really, really close in. Oh, here it is. Let me look at this link. What? Help wanted. Hiring cookies that are weird. 555, my crumb. It looks like a suspicious job offering to me. The cookie's like, no. Weird. Oh, 'cause the person's name is that weird cookie. Okay, I get it. Yep, that's definitely an illustration. The cookie's expression is like, I don't know about this. That's how I see it. Like, what, like, is it gonna be hired by a bakery and that's the last job it'll ever have, kind of thing? Well, yeah, it's a great pay, great benefits. We even have, what do you call it? Accidental death and dismemberment insurance or something. Whoops. Eraser. Now I'm gonna make this eraser smaller. Trying to make this a little less lumpy. Oops, I'm not on the right layer, I don't think. This one needs to go on top. It's not working with me logically. There we go. Nope. It's gotta meet at that corner. There we go. That's getting nice and smooth. Nice and smooth. Still feel like my computer is struggling a little bit today. It's not quite keeping up. I think it's also because this is such a, oops, I'm in the wrong layer, dang it. This is such a big piece that it's just struggling from that fact. I'd really like to upgrade my computer. That's something that, if we can get enough supporters on Patreon, that would be something I'd love to start saving up for. Using those funds is a PC upgrade. I think I probably just need a new processor. So it's like my computer does eventually do what I want it to, but it just takes forever for it to do it. Of course, it might just be easier to buy a whole new build. I don't do gaming or anything, so not big time gaming. So I just tend to buy the pre-built computers that match my interests. But the only problem with that is it's a pain to transfer my stuff from one hard drive to another. I do have an external hard drive for my art stuff, but okay, on this side, so I'm down here. That's far away in any case. Definitely can't afford a new computer or upgrades right now. I'm just gonna have to work with it the way it is. It's at least not in such bad shape that it's like crashing all the time or something, or like it can't do anything. That's how my laptop is. My laptop can't even handle a browser. Can't do anything. That's probably good enough. Let's go up here. Oh, change my layer too. I love layers, but I often forget. I have tons of them. Forget to switch. Hopefully that's smooth enough. Doesn't have to be perfect. Because once all the details are in here and everything, it's not going to be as obvious that it's not like it's not perfectly smooth right here. So what really matters is the overall effect. I think that's good. It's not as dense amount of black right here. Still sort of draws your eye, but it's not as bad, so I think I'm, instead of, let me move my monitor up now. Instead of, oh, my back is hurting. What was I saying? Oh, instead of merging these, in case I want to mess with them some more later, I'm just going to put them in their own folder. Just put border for now. I might rename it. Let's move these on here. And so I need to look at my sketchbook again. Okay. I think the next thing I'm going to do, I'll stick with working on the border. This up higher. There. I love this tablet arm I have. It's so convenient for just moving my screen around wherever I need it. I guess I'll open this back up after all. And make a new layer. Let's see. We'll call this inside. Oh, D. Inside top. Oops. Inside bottom. And this should be circle top, circle bottom. Check. Oh, that's okay. Monk, you don't need to apologize. I am distracted myself anyway, just trying to work out all these little things. So it's like I'm not paying good attention to anything either. Like right now I have like literally at least 20 tabs open on my browser. Like I've got 3 different posts I'm working on for my Patreon because I'm like trying to organize my thoughts ahead of time so that they could just schedule them. And then I've got like several tabs open for print shop, and I've got all this stuff open, and then I'm like working on this at the same time, and I've got reference images in this file on top of stuff that I'm looking at on the browser. And let's see, I just had a thought. So this is, I'm on purpose trying to make this Art Nouveau inspired. And I just thought that what I was going to do was put stars, just like a standard 5-pointed star, and, you know, they get smaller. But I just remembered that often they're like in a circle. So it's like a circle, and then there's whatever is inside. And it's probably a good idea. Maybe instead of stars, maybe I should do, but I'm already doing it in here. I'll just start with the stars, and then I can add if I need to. Okay, so I wanted to use the shape tool. Oops. A nice star shape. Just means standard star. I don't need anything special. Ooh, they have a sun. Maybe I don't even need to okay. I'm getting ahead of myself. I want a star shape. Maybe I passed it. Maybe it was at the top. But no, I'm glad I didn't go back up. Here we go. 5-point star. 5-point star frame. Oh. I'll just start with the 5-point star. Okay, I need to see these guides again. Turn the guides back on. hold shift so that it'll be, make it what size or should I make it? Oh, this is gonna be adorable. Okay. Okay, I'm getting distracted. Now, let me move this. Center. And let's transform it so it's bigger. Yep. Nice and centered. What's that? Should I do the circle thing? If I do the circle thing, it'll probably end up being too, what am I trying to say? It'll be too much going on in the border, and the border is just the border. It's not supposed to be the first thing you look at. Okay, so this is going to take a while. I'm going to, this might be the hard way, but it's the fastest way because I actually know how to do it. I'm just going to take these and transform them one by one so that I'm satisfied with how it's looking. But I've got a plan to make the work less of this stuff once I get it the way I want it. All I have to do is get it the way I want it on 1/4 of this picture, and then I can just copy and flip it. And flip it to the side, flip it down to the bottom, flip it down to the other side. Actually, once I copy to this side, then I can just copy the whole thing. Anyway, that's one of the great things about digital art. You can just do this kind of thing. Now let's transform this and move it a little farther. Farther down. And make it a little smaller. It needs to be rotated some more. How's that? Yeah, that's good. Let's copy it again. I'm just going to rasterize all this in the end for copy purposes, but for now I'm keeping them as, I don't know the official terminology. They're these objects that you can edit. Ooh, it's like I'm getting a little star vertigo or something. What am I looking at? Okay. Let's take this. Oh. Yep. Okay. Let's keep going. Keep going. Transform and make it smaller. Just little plastic bag touch my hand. I really need to clean up my art studio. I cleaned up a little bit like a week or two ago, and maybe it was last week. Still wasn't enough. It's just so messy in here. It's just how it goes though when I get to a point where I don't want to clean anymore. I just want to work on stuff. It needs to be rotated a little bit more. How's that? I'm going to move it down. Yeah. Move it down a bit, and it still needs a little more rotation in it. Yay, okay. Now, let's squish it down a little bit too. Okay. Copy. How many more stars will fit? I don't know. Just gonna find out. Transform some more. Turn it. Make it a little smaller. Holding down shift every time so that it's not getting all weird and oblong. I want it to stay nice and symmetrical. That one's good. Next star, next star. Transform it. Squeeze it over this way. rotate a little more. Can't always tell if the rotation is far enough when I've got this square over it as well. What I'm comparing is this point and this point to here. Just trying to make that as close to even as possible. Yeah, probably at least 2 more stars in here. Rotate. And shift, make smaller. And copy. Rotate this. And make it just another star. It needs to get a lot smaller. And let's do one more. Might even do one more after this and make it just super tiny. One more. Shift small. Shift small. Official command, shift small. Nah. I need to zoom in. It won't let me. Let me zoom in. Ah, where are you going? There we go. That's probably good. Let's zoom way out. Yeah, I think that's enough, because if I put another one in here, it might end up giving me that same problem I was having where it's just too much solid stuff around these corners. So now I'm going to rasterize and group, or so let's rasterize those all and then merge them all. And then we will do a duplicate and transform it. There we go. It's not quite the same. Okay, hold on. Let me just do it this way. Edit, transform, flip. Oh, I can never remember which is which. Flip vertical. Nope. I've been using this program for like 15 years. Not this particular one, but Photoshop. I can still never remember which one it's going to do when I choose flip horizontal or flip vertical. Now I think that is pretty much the same. I need to zoom in. If you zoom in, then you hit the arrow keys and you move it a little less. I want it to be the same pretty much from side to side. Just comparing the distances. I think that's at least close enough. So now I can rasterize this one. And then I can merge all of these. And then copy this one. and then an inch, and this time I definitely want the flip vertical so that it goes downstairs. Ah, I love all these stars. It's so cute. I wasn't thinking this would be a cute illustration, but I'm just like feeling like it's so cute. Let's zoom in again. Oops. This is not struggling a little bit under the weight of such a big file. I think this is good though. Yay! And that does take away, having this takes away from, in fact, I think I need to actually add a little bit more. Add some black back in here, in this bottom one. And this side bottom, yeah, that's what I need. Well, thank you, Monk. I'll have a good stream, and I hope that you start feeling better too. You just need to make it through the rest of today, and you can have a nice sleep overnight, and hopefully by tomorrow you'll be feeling better. Thanks for stopping by. I'm always happy to see you. Back is starting to hurt a bit. I need to take a break. I'm considering starting to just do an hour of streaming just because working 2 hours straight without a real break in between is kind of rough on me physically. So I'm considering that. But having this 2-hour window is so perfect with my schedule because it's right in between my snack time and my lunch time. So it just fits so nicely in my calendar. And sometimes this is the only time of day I actually sit down and create art rather than working on other art-related tasks. Oops, I'm not on the right layer. Let's send that. And this is good. Oh, you know what? Gosh, I've been working for like an hour and a half and I haven't saved once. That's such a bad idea. Nope. Yep. I'm glad I thought about saving. Let's just have some tea while I wait for this to... Oh, there we go. Trying to use up all my cheapo tea bags and stuff. I made some sun tea with peppermint and chamomile tea bags. Tastes pretty good, but the aftertaste is awful. It just lasts all day. And just kind of bitter. I don't know, I might have just steeped it for too long, but it's also because it's just cheapo tea. I'm gonna get some. Just want to have good tea only. I don't want cheapo tea anymore. I want like loose leaf tea, and I will buy less tea, and that way I can afford the more expensive nice tea. But for now, I gotta drink all this crappy tea. Tastes good at first, and then the aftertaste just makes you sad. So I've got the stars border. I think the next thing I should do while I'm at it while I'm working on this kind of thing is get these Taurus symbols, but what I needed to do was, let's see, I need to make sure that what, oh, okay. Let me search Taurus symbol. Yeah, they're all slightly different. The majority of them actually, I wonder if it was based on this Watusi cow, because a majority of these symbols for, excuse me, for Taurus are actually kind of curving out the way these horns on the Watusi reference image that I have do. Instead of straight up, so maybe I should just use it the way it is. I think I'm gonna have to make my own symbol from scratch. I'm gonna look at this cow again. Yeah, like a lot of these symbols are actually doing this, just like this cow. Just like this cow. This reference image is like already gonna be the perfect size for me to. Oh, maybe not. Nah, well, I guess that kind of works. Just let's be like that. And I'll have to draw it down a little bit because I wanted it to be standing on this. So I'll have to like, there, just have it angled a little bit. Well, anyway, that's not what I'm working on right now. I just wanted to look at these horns so that I could draw my own. I'm gonna name this Stars Top, Stars Bottom. Switch them so they make logical sense, so that the top one is the top layer. Now this I'll name Taurus. Taurus. So I'm gonna make a circle. Perfect little circle. Definitely shouldn't make it as I know I should use pen tool. First, let's just stroke this circle. Let's just try 50. Yeah. Deselect this. Zoom in. And for now, I'm just going to move this. This isn't where I'm going to have it. I'm done, but I'm just going to move it over here. And zoom in a little more. Get my nice handy pen tool. And, oh, I don't have to do it sideways. What am I thinking? Ooh, I know. Should make it where there's a, ooh, yeah, here. Ah, no. I forgot to change my tool. I'm going to move this over here so that I can use this line as a reference. Oh, heck, I can just put it right here too. That'll be too small. No, I won't do that, but now back to the pen tool. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, now I'm going to go to the convert point and press Control, not far enough, and I'll start messing around with it. Oh, there's one up in there. Okay, I'm doing this wrong way. This needs to come like that or something. And this one needs to come like, come here, you. Come like that. Or something. This one doesn't quite right. Okay, now I can take this one. Ha 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 ha. Yes, yes. This is what I needed. Now, check what my brush looks like. I want it to be 50 pixels, and that's good. And now I can stroke path. Let me see what simulate pressure looks like on this one. Oh, it's so cute. I like that, but I just need it to be larger than that. So let's make the brush, let's make it back at 100. And stroke the path with simulated pressure. Okay, that's a little too big. We'll do 75. Try right in the middle. Layer. Whatever. Let's delete the path. Oops, it's not how you delete. I don't know why I keep trying to use. You know what? I don't like it after all. It's just too small and sad on the ends. I need to do. I'm gonna go back to 50. Just do a solid line and not worry about tapering the ends. Stroke path, don't simulate pressure. Okay, delete path. I think I like this. Something about this that I don't like. Alright, I thought undo that too. Maybe it's because I want it to be higher up. I want the horns to be higher. Yeah, I think that's better. Let's try this again. Okay, I'm gonna have to just copy this and transform it. I like one side but not the other, so it's just gonna be easier to put horizontally. And then we can, let's see. Oh, what am I doing? Center that and select this half. And delete this half. Oh wait, no. This half I liked. so. Okay. I need to move both of these. Actually, I need to line them up first. Like that side better. Okay, move them both. And on the original layer, delete the side I don't like, which is this side. Then move this to this side. And on the copy layer, which I've already flipped, delete that side. And then deselect and flatten those layers. Doesn't seem to be, doesn't seem right. I'm sure I did it. No. Flip horizontal. Oh, can't worry too much about this. This is another thing that's not going to be a big deal. It's just a symbol thing. It's too big though. What I'm doing is putting the Taurus astrological symbol in this area just so that something's happening here. But yeah, this isn't gonna work. I think I need to do the circular horns. Because this just isn't filling up the area. Wait, it won't let me do anything until I finalize that. I need to fill up this area, and the circular style horns will definitely work better. So I can just delete this path. And I will make a circle, but I don't know if I want it to be. You know what? I can just move this down here now since I'm not. As I thought, for some reason, I was thinking earlier that these didn't seem like they were quite even, and now it does seem to be the case. Oh yeah, look at that. This one's slightly bigger. Well, it's frustrating. And this bottom circle is slightly smaller than the top one. That's why stuff hasn't seemed to be. First, let me strip this path. I'm going to transform this a little bit. It's just barely outside these lines. There, that's a little closer. I'm looking at this Taurus symbol. We should just then I can just erase this part. There, and it looks like it's part of the border, but it's also like a hidden Taurus. So I need to flip this. What do I need to flip it? Horizontal? I already can't remember. Yay, I did it right. Okay. Move it over. Whee! Maybe I gotta flip it the other way too. Yep. Why doesn't it fit the same? This is so weird. I'm trying so hard to make this like symmetrical. It's still not coming out. There. Oh, it's close enough to symmetrical. Oh, that looks super cool, and you might not even know that that's a Taurus symbol. You might just think it's some cool design or something, and if you watch my stream, then you know the secret. Of course, I could just disconnect it from the... But I kind of like it connected to the border. I think that looks cool. Let me turn off the guides again. Let me save this. And for a little more tea while it saves. Ah, gosh, what else? I wonder if I should try that sun. I'm just gonna try it for fun and see if it would make things easier for me. Where did that sun go? Because it's pretty much what I had in mind for what I wanted to do. Something like this right here. And the cow would be in front. Because I'm doing the sun. Although I wanted to do the sun up top. I don't want to put the sun on the bottom. I mean, I wanted to make it so that it's kind of ambiguous whether one is the top or one is the bottom. But I was definitely going to put the sun on the top. What am I trying to do? Oh, view. Show guides. This one will get centered here. Yeah, I might just use this. This is... Let me turn on that cow. Yeah, man, this is like perfect. I'm not sure about the size though. I don't want it in here though. I want it up here. It should be called sun. So if I rasterize this layer, if I want to make it bigger later, I can't. But I also want to be able to erase these extra, like sun rays, I guess is what they are. But I don't want them poking down here. I don't want them past this area. I guess I'll have to get the cow done to be able to see what I think about the sun. The sun's placement. Whether this circular part should be immediately behind the cow, or maybe the circle should be like really big and like coming out of the horizon. And I'll just leave that. I need to make a moon too, so I may as well I was just going to do a circle moon, and I'm going to do one of those cool ice halos that happen. Ooh, but I should make it so I can resize it too. I should do Oops, tool. I don't know what this kind of smart object or something. That's what they're called. Yosh. Yosh. Center. Get centered. Thank you. Ooh, yeah. I think that I should probably make this bigger and put it at the horizon behind the cow. Awesome. Let's call this moon. Okay. I think I should call it good here for my stream. I'm going to keep working on this. But my back is really bugging me, and it's almost lunchtime, and I didn't eat a snack today, so I'm really much more hungrier than usual. Well, I feel like I talk about being hungry every time I'm on my stream. Working makes me hungry. Streaming is hungry work, I guess. Let's see. Just waiting for that to finish. Finish saving. I've got to get this piece done by Friday. And the sooner probably the better, because I don't know, the print shop might be more busy right now because of other people trying to get prints made for the fair. Although prints are only acceptable for submission to the fair for digital art, clearly, because otherwise it needs to be original art. Or if it's an actual, like, traditional style print, not a digital print, you know, like it's a lithograph or something, then that's allowed. But I'm definitely going to continue working on this today outside of streaming. I've been listening to the Sherlock soundtrack, so I'm going to turn those back on. Can't have my soundtracks going while I'm streaming because I don't want any copyright issues. I don't want to be muted. So this is all I will stream today, but I'm pretty sure I won't finish this today. So I'll be back tomorrow working on it some more, and you'll see something different from what I'm ending with, since I'll keep working on it today. Thank you for watching.